Okay friends, we're about ready to go ahead and make this cute cottage door decor. The first thing that we're going to need to do with our stir sticks is go ahead and I'm using 4. I've used this just to show you the length and also to show you kind of, I also want to keep it a little straight, that'll do the trick there, and then just to kind of show you what I've done here. I've taken a piece of wallpaper and I'm going to, actually let me do that now, I'm going to separate it so that I can now pull that off. And I'm going to put some wood glue here. And I don't want a lot of it, so I'm going to just kind of like so, okay? Put that away. And then I'm going to, all right? To literally I think I could even use a little bit more. Let's see. Okay, sure. I don't really think it needs that much. Just gonna go ahead and these over here, goodness. Okay, and I'm going to get this all done here. Excuse me for being in the frame. I picked this out at Target. It was actually a return from, I think somebody had ordered it online. Important part here. I am doing one thing very deliberately, and that is I am not trying to come up all the way to the top here where you see where that is. And also, I want to make sure that I'm doing this on all of the sides that show a ruler. If you are using paint stir sticks that have a ruler, and most of them do because they are for measuring and stirring paint as you go, you are going to find, oh, I don't have one of those cool squares that everybody has, but that's okay. I made it this far. So basically the goal here is to adhere it, leaving this, see, so that it's not on there. Now I want to go ahead though, I'm going to use another stir stick for this, and I'm just going to really depress this here, just kind of getting it a nice, I really want a nice hold here, okay? So go ahead, feel free to apply some pressure. Okay. Now, I'm gonna move this down so you can see it a little better. We don't need this guy anymore. Okay, so now you can sort of see the next part that we're going to be working on, and that is we are going to add the hangers here. And I am using, hopefully you can see them here, what they are. These are Christmas ornaments, and you can find these any time of year at Christmas. They probably still have them right now. I'm going to focus on putting them very strategically though. I'm going to place them where they sort of come across, where they're going to cover 2 boards. So to me, that's going to be important to add a little bit more stability. I don't want this thing to be overdone with glue and all sorts of things, but we do want it to stay. And I also want this to be able to be hung. So I'm going to place the other one this way. And again, I'm just doing this so that strategically they're both going to be, let's see, and if you get them positioned correctly, They might even come to just about where that opening will appear. And that is a good way, a good kind of framework for me, since all these boards are not equal. If I use that, then hopefully this thing should hang fairly straight once it's finished. I'm gonna focus on this coil here, because friends, that's where my glue dollop is going to go, and I think that that will offer the stability I want. And also then these should hang, like I said, fairly well. I am going to add a, let's see, nice, this is on high temp, and I'm just gonna put a nice dollop right there. Another thing I want to be mindful of when I'm doing this, besides strings, which drive me bonkers, I gave a little too much on that one, but that's okay. I really want this to be secure, but I also don't want it to be too much of a bump, because ideally, since we're hanging hangers, that will be the end goal here, is that this will be hung. And if it's too thick with that glue, it might sort of impede it hanging really nicely. So you could definitely advance the glue down here. You could add you could add another strip if you wanted of this beautiful paper that I'm using. Some people use masking tape. You could definitely, here's another way you could do that, right? You could just sort of set the, without my paper clip, sorry, it's for my template. So you could of course have this covered to where you don't see it, but I really like this. I think for a finished back, which I'm a huge fan of, I think that these are cute, and you know, they don't really take away from it. If anything, they sort of add to it. So now that that is done, we do have to let this dry for a minute, but I'll tell you what we're gonna do next, and that is we are going to focus on, let's see, the dry brushing. Now I think I got a little carried away on a few of these, and I added a little too much paint. I'm just going to I really don't want these to be over painted. So I really just want to dry brush this on. Up here on the frame so you can see. I'm just really, really going to lightly, you can always go back, friends, right? But you can't take it off once it's on there. So let's do nice strokes up here. Okay, I might need a little more than that. You know, so a couple of these, and this is really just personal preference, of course. I'm not telling you anything you don't know, right? I mean, but I am going to be a little heavier in this area here, as some of the ruler may be showing, okay? There, so we're just going to kind of douse that guy, and also in doing so, I'm also getting the side here. Don't forget, this is a good time to do that edge right there, okay? And then come up here, and now I can, yep, feels a little tacky, but I think that this is a good time. It's fine, and I'm going to finish drawing my paint upward. And again, this is just all personal preference, how much you want. You can get these guys, not get these guys. This is going to be the back. But again, I'm just kind of a bigger fan of a more finished piece. I'm just kind of using that paint there to get into that area a little bit. Okay. And I am going to go right over my wallpaper. I think, again, I got a little gun shy there because the first time I used way too much paint, now I'm trying to use too little. So there we go. Okay. I think that that's doing pretty good. Go ahead, and I'm going to flip my piece right over. Now, if you're really, you know, it might still be a little bendy, but before I paint this, because glue does not stick to paint as well, I am going to add my Cottage door slab here. Kind of makes it look like a, you know, fence door, like a gate. I guess that's essentially what this really is, a gate. So here I am going to, again, make sure that I'm not using my ruler side up. So I want to make sure the ruler side is down. I have no idea if you can view that in the frame, but I'm going to go ahead and do something very strategic here. I'm going to place it here, which of course is going to make this entire gate a little more secure, but I want an immediate hold, and I want to be a little more liberal this time. with my glue. So I am adding wood glue, just as we did to the back. And again, actually that might still be a wee bit much here. Sorry for the noise there. And then I'm gonna go ahead, I just wanna, I don't want this like spewing out all over my project because the paint won't stick well to it, or pardon me, will stick around it, so I don't want that. Now, you know what I'm trying to say. I'm going to now, for that instant hold that I'm looking for, and again guys, I want you to be really mindful not to be too thick. This door, you don't want this part sticking off, you know, really far up from the actual, you're just doing this so that you have that instant hold. You know how I am about upside down, not great at it. I kind of use that section there and that section there. I don't want any of it hanging off. I'm not a fan of that. I like a little bit of, and that's it. Now to hold this, I am really just going to really lay on this guy here. Put my arm across the whole thing. Really just hold this guy down. So I'm depressing in all of the areas that it is to really add that stability that it's going to require. Or maybe. And now, I think that's, again, we had that glue, the hot glue, so we should have a nice instant hold. And now I'm going to definitely need to add a little more paint there. And I'm going to dry brush. And again, folks, this is really just, in my opinion, personal preference. I would encourage you to make sure you get those side parts of your lumbar here, we're going to call it. I have no idea what you would actually call that. If anybody knows, write down in the comments here. So I'm going to just kind of pull this up, and you're really already ready to kind of, you can pounce on this as you want. People have all kinds of dabbing. I am literally using, we're pretty big cream cheese fans around here. So, oh, see, so slick, that's just too much in there. So now, and once you get it on, this is not like stained, so you really can't get it off, but that's okay. I think these are cute no matter what. You could completely paint this, paint it light, do less, more. It's just whatever you like. I honestly think it comes out amazing no matter what, and I've done several of all different styles, and I like them all. So now, as I finish the rest here, I'm going to just get this last, I want to make sure I get my edges. Don't want to forget those. And let's see if you can see that on here. I think I could add a little more here at the top. And I think I have a teenager rummaging in the refrigerator. So, okay, now I can just, one thing I want to show you. So like right up in here, I don't know if you can see it. Oh, maybe I can't even see what I'm trying to show you. This little edge right here. It looks like it could use a little finishing, and that is harder to do without getting the entire thing. So you could either go back later with a thinner brush, which actually ironically I do not have one sitting here. So that's, I guess, what I'll do, or I'll just kind of get in there now. And that's what I'm not too worried about it. Okay? So again, just kind of make sure that your sides, you know, are good here. This guy could use a little on the inside here. Make sure I have a nice solid. Yeah, actually, I think I could use a little. Okay, now when this wood glue dries, by the way, it will dry pretty sturdy. It should be fairly secure when this thing is finished. I mean, it's shaping up pretty cute. I don't know if you all can see that on your side. I think it's really coming out quite adorable. So, stick with me here. I actually wonder if I didn't add enough glue here. Here, I told you not to add a lot, and you know what? I had to go back and add some more. Just kidding. Okay. And again, this is just personal preference. I prefer it to not be all the way off. Like, I just kind of like that edge to be, I'm just gonna set this guy down. Okay. Apparently hold the glue longer. Okay, that's what we've learned. Okay, we're gonna move on. This is actually gonna be fine. So now I have made a little wreath here, and I'm going to get this thing right here. You can adorn it if you want. I think that the key that I want to point out to you is that all about placement, where you would want it, and when you're ready, I would actually put the glue dollops on here versus on the door. I think that's just going to keep it from getting too, you know, I don't know, stringy. And when I first started making wreaths, I don't know, gosh, I mean, decades ago, that was the one thing I think that I could have done better, was really, I could have really worked on how much glue I had going. So I'm going to move my product real quick here out of the way. And let's just go ahead and give this guy a little dollop here. Again, this is like a tiny, tiny piece of greenery, folks. So just don't do what I did. See already that? I hate that. That's that fancy thing everybody does. Did not work for me. I'm just gonna add a couple tacks of glue here so that my thing stays on. And I'm just telling you all this stuff and then not doing it at all. Just put tons of glue there. So let's see, I think I'm just gonna go like right there. I have been using, for a guide, sort of right where that opening first is, to tack these down. I just kind of feel like it's a good place to start. And I lost my little, I had something I've been using to hold it down. No, I think I lost it. Okay, well, it's okay. I can use, no, I don't want to use that. See? Look at me, I'm a mess. I cannot find a little piece of scrap wood to hold it down. Let's use a different one. You can use fingers, whatever those fancy things are that everybody uses. I'm not doing that. So I actually think I could, I am like doing it all differently than what I told you. Again though, I'm gonna put it on the greenery and not on the gate. I do not want a ton of it all over the place. I just want it tacked down very lightly. This thing is not actually a wreath, right? It's not actually having to be held down by anything. So I think you can get away with just a few pins of glue. It is just, this thing does not need to be overdone, okay? I think it's coming out already pretty cute. Hopefully this gives you an idea of how adorable this thing already is. And again, you can hang this. So now we are ready to embellish this guy. And I would like it to really look like a gate, like a door. So I'm going to use, it's pretty cute. P.S. Let's just look how good the back, I mean, in fact, we could even whitewash this a little bit more, but I think what we're gonna go ahead and do is add our embellishments. So I don't know what the hell's going on. I added too much glue, I think, this time. So, too much hot glue and not enough. You see, when you have, I'm on film, I'm telling you stuff and it's not true. I guess course correct, okay? You decide. You know what kind of glue you have. You don't need me to tell you. And apparently I couldn't anyway because I don't know. Okay, so now we're gonna add our next thing, and that is going to be our embellishment. I have some random earrings that I've been saving. I like them because they sort of look like doorknobs and you can paint them, so I'm not worried what color they are. Oh, I even have a cute little bee, but no door handles at bee. Right now I'm loving and using these, I don't know if you can see it in there, these adorable little, and they have a lock, so to me they really give off that gate feel there. This just came right off, which I will save. And that's it. I'm just going to give this guy a little drop of, oh, all right. It'd be nice if I brought you back, right? Okay, I'm just going to put a tiny dollop on here. And that's it. As far as the position, actually I have to stand up to do this part. Let's see. Oh gosh, you don't want to see all the, blah. Okay, now, you're going down. You're going down, down. Okay, let's pull this forward here. And I want it to be, well, it wanted to be right there, so there it goes. Let's get that guy down before our glue dries. Okay, this is cute. I think this is really cute, and we didn't even add anything to it yet, but we still can. Look how cute this is. And I mean, this took 15-20 minutes. So I think you can embellish these however you want. Let's see. I have some cute little, like, look how cute that is. It's just so cute. Can't say the word cute anymore. I just used it up. I used it as many times as I'm allowed. I think I have this, I never throw out any of my florals. I've got this random little piece here of, I like this. I have not used any lilac today. Excuse how shiny I am. So now, let's see, I'm just gonna kind of, again, I'm so sorry. Okay, I just have to stand. And so I'm going to use bead cutters, and I'm just going to clip off some of this cute little, I'm actually just gonna lay that down. Okay, you never realize how you look until you have to look at yourself upside down in all this sort of way. Let me turn you back around how I had you before. Maybe you could appreciate that. And then just gonna kind of tuck these in, see how they're gonna lay down. Oh, I haven't done one this way. Oh, crikey. Little thing there. So that's actually very cute. I'm going to go for it, and I'm going to do exactly what I said not to do, and I'm just going to put glue right there. Because you know what? Just breaking the rules. We're breaking all the rules I told you in the beginning. Okay. These just kind of want more glue than the other one. That's okay. Just kind of want to give all those feels of, I mean, this is adorable. Even upside down, I think it's cute. Kind of giving those dollhouse feels, I guess. I'm gonna have to do everything I told you I didn't want to and go get all those pesky glue guns. Oh my gosh, it's very cute. Let's see if I can't add. Okay, I have a purple earring here. I'm going to, I think, I'm going to use my bead cutters, which these are not, if I can get close enough. Okay, these are not good enough bead cutters, but I think I'm going to add a little, because this glue drives me crazy, I'm going to add something right there. Okay, glue drives me nuts. We're just, that's gonna have to improve by the next one because I'm not a fan. I just don't like all this. Rawr. Okay. Well, You're the only one who can see it. I'm kind of too far away. Let's see. And let that dry. And I think it's pretty cute. Not sure if it needs to lay down more, or actually I'm not sure how I feel about the little bell on it or not, but we're sticking with it, guys, because either way the choice is yours. These are stir sticks. I mean, actually just stir sticks, and you know, wood can come in any forms. I just want to remind you that you could also, in my case, I've used a sticky wallpaper. You could use cardboard, foam board, a scrap lunch bag, which I have done. I'm actually like, nobody brown bags it, but I do, because brown bags can make a big difference in what you do. So this one may never see the light of day just because it has too much glue. But let's take a moment and try to appraise our work, shall we? Okay, like, I don't care, this is absolutely cute. You could totally give this to somebody as a housewarming. You could customize it with their name, a cricket. I'm a little more simple, so I really don't get too busy with this stuff, but I'm just telling you, this thing's like actually really adorable. And guess what? They can hang it. So anyway, y'all, that's what we did. Cute little cottage gate door. I hope that you'll think about some wood or coffee stirs or anything that you have around to create your own cute little cottage door, or even a variation made out of foam board. Again, you can get a huge piece of foam board at Dollar Tree for, so you're talking $1.25 plus tax, and then you could just slice it with a, I make my son do all the X-Acto knifing around here. So anyway, get out there and make something crafty today, and have a wonderful afternoon. All right, bye.